And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel. Today we're taking a look at Sherlock Holmes, The Beginning. Your choices, your adventure, your story. Now this is from Graphic Novel Adventures series, and this is one. Normally I review several of these together, but this one is by itself for whatever reason. And in this, it's like a graphic novel, a comic book of sorts where you're reading about Sherlock Holmes. But it's also like a choose-your-own-adventure story, where you're going to go through and make decisions and see what happens. And it's also like an escape room where you're trying to figure out a puzzle and be like Sherlock Holmes and discover things. Let's take a look. All right, I don't really want to spoil this for you here, but this is a choose your own adventure, and I won't really spoil much of the book here. And you're going to go through this book, and it's going to tell you, here's an investigation sheet, and it shows you the different people that are in this thing. And then you'll start reading through the story. And you'll talk to Sherlock Holmes. He'll explain some of the rules to you, and you'll talk about Sherlock Holmes. And occasionally you'll get to a box that will tell you where to go. Or occasionally you'll be in a spot that will give you specific numbers where to go. And you might have a choice. Sometimes you'll have a choice of, do you want to say this or say that? And you'll go to two different things. And that's pretty much it. If you solve the case, you'll get to start through another case. You can also get a case incorrectly. But you're going to play through till you're completely done, and you can pause, I guess, and just remember what number you're at, and you can write things down. But that's pretty much it. I can't really show you much more than that. There are many of these books out there, and this is just one of them. The only thing I'm going to say here in regards to components, it's a good quality book, but in this book, and this isn't really spoiling anything, you're going to be looking through this book and see that's Sherlock Holmes. Do you know how I know that that's Sherlock Holmes? Because he's in like 50 panels. I really wish, I don't know if I like this particular drawing of Sherlock Holmes, but I just kept seeing it over and over and over again ad nauseum. I felt like the artwork was a little lacking in this because you were just constantly talking to Sherlock Holmes, and so you're constantly seeing his face. That was my biggest negative with this one. It just felt like, oh, I'm seeing the same thing again. I thought the stories in this book were good. So there's a lot of these out here. This for me is in the lower tier. That doesn't mean it's a bad by any means. And I'm actually a little tired of Sherlock Holmes. So if you like Sherlock Holmes, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I like there's some other exciting things, a werewolf and the Old West building a town. I like some of the other themes better. And this is the third Sherlock Holmes of these, if I'm counting correctly. This one is good, though. I mean, it's still the thing. I still like going through these. I like reading them, writing down clues, looking at them, and then at the end, Sherlock Holmes condescendingly explains to you how the mystery actually went. But in this case, I can kind of figure it out. This one is not, I don't think, dreadfully long, but it also is a kind of thing you can gift to somebody else or let someone borrow and do it. I think it works with both kids and adults, and so there's not a lot more I can say other than this graphic novel plus choose your own adventure thing really works for me. That combo, I think, is something I find to be very enjoyable. And if you know a kid learning to read, don't be put off, be like, I don't want to give him a comic. There's a lot of text in here. There's a lot of stuff going on. And this is one, I think I'd say, hey, try to figure this out. Try to go through it and give someone something that not only are they reading, but they're actively thinking their way through. That makes this a good teaching tool, so it's what I would recommend. That's Sherlock Holmes, The Beginning. Dice Tower Judgment, approved!